This is the story of how I lost to my rival 47 exams in a row and still won everything that mattered.
In the photograph on my desk at home, I was 9 years old, holding a third-place ribbon from a kanji competition. My father had framed it with a small label that read, "Next time, first place." That label had defined me.
But before any of that,
I had taken first place exactly twice in 8 years, both times against students whose names I no longer remembered. By the spring of my second year, second place had become the shape of my life, the shape of who I was.
before any of it made sense.
And the person at first place had become the shape of the wall I could not climb over. If she would just lose once, just once, so I could understand what I was missing.
This is how she chose me, long before I ever chose her back.
But she would not lose. She did not even seem to try. I had built a small theory of her in my head, a version that explained how she did what she did. My name is Oshima Hiroshi, Class 2B, class representative. I ranked second in this school for 1 year and 47 days. The theory was almost entirely wrong. The real Aki was something far stranger. The strangest thing was that I had never once asked her how she studied. In 4 years of being her rival, second place, every test, every term, every year. Second to one specific person. I told myself it would have been admitting defeat to ask. I had not yet learned the difference between defeat and curiosity. Year 2, Class B, spring term. The day everything changed. Though I didn't know it yet. My mother had taught me that some people study because they have to, and some study because they want to. I had not understood that I was a third kind. I studied because I was afraid of who I would be if I did not. Tategami Aki. First place, every test, every term. And she slept through approximately half of them. That was the kind of thing I did not say out loud. Not to anyone. Aki, on the other hand, was the first kind. I was certain of it. She was a person who did not even know she was working. I had declared her my rival on the first day of middle school. She had never declared me anything. How does she do it? How does she sleep half the lessons and still beat me? I was wrong about that too. I would be wrong about almost everything where she was concerned. In the photograph at my grandmother's house, my parents at my age were already certain of what they wanted.
Oshima, if you have time to stare at your classmates, you have time to answer question 7.
Sorry, Sensei. I was 16, ranked second, and certain of nothing except my ranking. At 16, that had felt like enough. At 16, I had not known how small a thing a ranking actually was. I was not staring. I was observing. Strategically. Wasn't I? What I did not know, what I would not know for months, was that I had been observed for years.
Bro, you've been side-eyeing Tatagami for like 10 minutes.
I have not.
You so have.
Lunch break. I ate alone, usually, by the window. It was a personal habit, not a sad one. Tuna rolls first. Always tuna rolls first. Mom asked once why. I didn't have an answer.
Tuna rolls first, always.
Tatagami?
I'm collecting data.
On what?
You.
What kind of person says that? What kind of person means it? I walked home through Sakura Park every day. Same path, same petals. That day, something was different. Footsteps, just one set, same pace as mine. Probably another student. I told myself I was imagining things. For 3 more days, I told myself that. 3 days. Same path, same footsteps. I had stopped pretending it was nothing. In the days that followed, I tried to make sense of what had happened in that park. The math of it did not add up. She had been watching me for 6 days. 6 days before the day I needed her. Don't look. Don't look directly. If they know, I know, what then? Why would anyone watch a person they barely speak to? Why would anyone wait? The word debt kept turning over in my head. I had not thought of that middle school day in 3 years. Then I saw them, or part of them. A hood, a shoulder. That was enough. For me, it had been one of 100 small moments. For her, it had been the moment. How does that work? How does the same moment weigh different amounts to 2 different people? Just to the corner. Just to the corner and the road. There are people on the road, cars. I started to walk slower on the way home. Whether I admitted it to myself or not, I was making the walk last longer. She walked the same speed as me without ever asking what my speed was. They're closer. They're closer. That is a small thing. It is not a small thing. By the end of the first week of walking home together, I had stopped looking for the hooded figure. What? By the end of the second week, I had started looking for her. At my shoe locker, in the hallway, at the school gate. Memorize. Memorize anything. The hood, the shadow, the smell of... And every time, she was already there. My mother had warned me once about strangers on the route home. I had told her, at 13, that I was too old to need warnings.
Get down!
Tate. At 16, when the warnings turned out to have been right after all, I did not tell her. Some things you do not bring home to the people who would worry.
Police are already coming. Move and I will explain to them why my elbow is in your throat.
I had not understood before that week what it felt like to be looked after. My parents loved me. My friends were fond of me. But Aki was watching. She just... Where did she come from? There is a difference. There is an enormous difference. In the days after the park, I started learning the small particular habits of being walked home by Aki.
Yeah, that's right. Run.
She kept her school bag on her left shoulder because her right hand was free that way. I noticed. It is the kind of thing you only notice when you are starting to memorize a person without meaning to.
Oshima. Are you hurt?
How did you know?
I'll explain. After we sit down somewhere not in public.
She brought me to a bench. I do not remember walking there. How long?
Walking behind you home. 6 days.
Why?
I owe you a debt. One I have been waiting 2 years to start repaying.
I don't remember loaning you anything.
Not money.
Middle school, 3rd year.
The day an English teacher accused me of cheating.
Tategami. You scored perfectly on a test you slept through. Explain.
I read the chapter at home.
I find that very hard to believe.
Sensei, with respect. Tategami answered those exact questions in class on Wednesday when you stepped out of the room. She wasn't cheating. She was awake when you weren't.
I had never been defended like that. Not by my own family. Not by my own friends. I have wanted to repay that debt for 3 years. Today was a down payment.
I barely remember that day. I was just telling the truth.
Yes, and you have no idea how rare that was. I will walk with you to school and home from school every day until I am sure he is gone.
That's not necessary.
Yes, it is. Let me.
Okay. And that is how, without ever exactly agreeing to it, I gained a bodyguard and lost the last of my privacy. Day 1 of being walked to school. She was waiting at my shoe locker before I even arrived. I had read books about this kind of thing. I knew the names of the feelings I was supposed to have. None of the books had prepared me for the specific texture of those weeks.
Good morning.
Tatagami, everyone is watching.
Let them.
How much of every classroom hour I now spent thinking about which seat she was sitting in. How my body knew before my mind did when she had entered a room.
Bro, Tatagami is at your locker.
In the library that Tuesday, our hands touched for less than half a second. I felt it for the rest of the week. I felt it for the rest of the month. People are going to talk.
People always talk. Get used to it.
That cannot be normal. That cannot be a normal way to react to a normal touch. I started to notice her hands, the way she held a pen, the way she rested them on a book. I told myself the warmth in my chest was annoyance. I lied to myself for 2 more weeks. I noticed her ears, the way they reddened when she was caught off guard. I had never noticed anyone else like this.
So you're Oshima.
Do I know you?
You will.
By the end of October, I had a problem I could not study my way out of. The problem was named Tatagami Aki.
I'm Aki's only friend. Has been since first year. And I have known about you for a very long time.
And the only solution I could think of was the worst one. The honest one. I had not had a serious crush in my entire life. I was 16 and almost completely unprepared. Known about me how?
How long do you have?
My closest experience had been a brief admiration of a swimming club senior in first year. It had lasted 4 weeks and produced no symptoms beyond mild distraction. This was not that. This was an entirely different category of weather.
She does not give what she shows. She gives 10 times more. Do not hurt her.
I started lying to myself in interesting new ways. I started checking my phone at 5 in the morning to see if she had sent anything. She never sent anything. She did not have my number yet. I knew this. I checked anyway. What kind of person has a best friend who gives that kind of warning? What kind of person needs one? I asked Kento once, abstractly, how you knew when you were in trouble with a girl. He looked at me for a long time and just said, "You know." She asked me to study with her on a Tuesday. For the spring midterms. How are you getting question 14?
Algebraic manipulation. Substitute y first.
I tried that.
Try it again. Show me.
Tatagami, your ears are red.
It's hot.
It's October.
Shut up.
Wait. She is blushing.
Question 15. Solve it.
Yes, Tatagami-sensei. 2 weeks, same path, same girl. Nothing about it scared me anymore. Tatagami, why do you sleep through class?
Because if I am awake, I will only watch you.
Did she actually just say that? You can't just.
Why not?
You are impossible.
I have been told.
Oh no. Oh no. I have been her rival since I was 12. When did I start needing the air she breathes in the room? I will not say it. Not until I beat her. Not while I am still second place. The letter was in my shoe locker on a Monday morning. No name on the front, just my name on the back. The first pink letter arrived on a Monday. I would receive 3 more before this story ended. I had not known until that moment that fan clubs existed outside of fiction. Stay away from Tatagami-san. She belongs to us. Sincerely, Fan Club Member Number 9. A formal organization, numbered members, written rules. About a high school girl who slept through history class. The next 2 days were the worst 2 days of that semester. Number 9, implying 8 others. I had seen her with someone, and the someone had touched her arm. That was all I had seen, and it had been enough to send me into a quiet kind of misery.
Of course she has a fan club, bro. Top of the class. Looks like that. Has never publicly liked a single person. Statistically, there had to be a fan club.
How am I just learning about this? I learned then that jealousy is a stupid emotion that does not care how stupid it is. I had been so focused on her grades I had never noticed. I had not actually been seeing her. I had no claim on her. I had agreed to no claim. I had refused to claim. And still my chest had hurt every time I thought about the laugh she had given the stranger. Number 9, I'm guessing. When Yumi told me the truth, I felt the specific relief of someone discovering they had been a fool over nothing. And right behind the relief, the new fear of how much she had mattered to me, to make me a fool that easily. I'm not angry. I just want to understand.
We're not a cult. We just admire her. And you have been getting close.
That was the first time I considered fully what it would mean to lose her.
Our president is very strict about the rules. Rule 1. No one gets close to Tatagami-san.
Who is the president?
I'm not allowed to say.
When I found her on the rooftop, I had a confession ready in my throat. The second letter pushed it back down. Tell your president something for me. Tatagami decides who walks beside her, not a club. And I'm not going anywhere. I had been raised to believe that adolescent drama was beneath me, that serious people did not get drawn into letters and clubs and gossip. By the time of the first pink letter, I had been definitively absorbed into a Japanese high school romance, whether I had agreed to it or not.
I'll pass that on. Senpai.
I think my younger self would have been horrified. I think my younger self had been wrong about a great many things. When I avoided her in the hallway, she did not chase me. She did not ask Yumi why. She did not write a letter of her own. I had been planning to go to her at lunch, to say something I had been rehearsing all week. She had simply walked the path home alone for 2 days and waited for me to come back. I learned later that she had cried on the second night. Yumi told me. Aki herself never did. Who is that? Why does she look at him like that? Why does my chest feel like that? She does not owe me anything. She can laugh with whoever she wants.
Oshima.
I did not stop. I told myself I was busy.
What is your problem?
Nothing.
She has not stopped checking the hallway for you all morning.
I saw her in the courtyard with someone. Tall, laughing. He had a hand on her arm. She does not laugh like that with me.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Oshima. That was her cousin from Osaka.
Cousin.
Visiting from Osaka, 1 day only. Go fix this.
She was not in her classroom. She was not in the library. She was not in the cafeteria. I knew where to find her. She went to the rooftop when she needed to think. I had learned that one without being told. Tategami.
Oshima.
I made a mistake.
We need to talk about more than your apology.
Read it.
Meet behind the old gym after school. We need to settle this. Signed, the president. I'm going.
So am I.
Tategami.
It is my club, my problem.
The fan club was not behind the old gym. No one was, at first. The behind of the old gym had the look of an ambush before we even arrived. Empty in a way that did not feel like empty. Quiet in a way that did not feel like quiet. No one is here.
Wait.
I had thought it would be the fan club. I had been prepared to talk my way out of a fan club. I had not been prepared for him. For the same man, again.
Oh no.
Oshima.
Behind me. Now.
When she pushed me, the world rearranged itself around the new center of her, between me and the danger. I will never forget the sound the concrete made when she hit it. It was never the fan club. It was him. It was him from the start. I will never forget the sound of myself not moving fast enough. The police caught him 3 streets away, running. He was not a student. He was someone she had testified against 2 years before.
No!
She had known. She had recognized him the first time. She had said nothing to me to spare me the worry. She had been carrying that knowledge alone for 2 years.
Move!
And when she finally told me everything, on the bench with her elbow bandaged and the sun setting, I did the most reckless and the most honest thing I have ever done.
No!
I refused her. I refused the answer I had wanted for months. Because I knew, even then, that if I said yes as the second-place boy who had been protected, the answer would not have been mine to give.
Get off!
I wanted to give her something that was mine. 3 weeks later, the rankings posted, and I had still ranked second.
Run. You will not get another chance.
And for the first time in my life, I understood that ranking second to her had never been the loss. The loss would have been ranking first and walking home alone. You're bleeding.
It's just my elbow.
Tadagami, you...
I'm all right. Breathe.
She studied harder than she had ever studied. She slept less than she had ever slept.
I told you. I have been repaying this debt for 3 years. Today was the last installment.
I watched her under the library lamp every evening that month and learned what she looked like when she truly tried. It was beautiful. It was a little frightening. It was the answer to a question I had been asking for years. The teachers came, the nurse came, the police came. I held her hand the whole time. When the rankings came out, the laugh that broke out of me in the hallway surprised even me. I was second. I would always be second to her, I understood now. And that had become the most certain good thing in my life.
Oshima, I should tell you something.
Anything. My father saw the ranking sheet later that day. He did not know what to make of my smile. I am writing this 2 years later, from a desk at the university I attend, with the girl who became my answer.
I'm the president of the fan club.
She still ranks first. She still sleeps through her morning lectures. And every night, when she falls asleep against my shoulder on the train ride home, I think the same small, grateful thought. You founded it.
As a joke, 2 years ago. It stopped being a joke a long time ago.
Every time you study harder than me, it is because you are thinking about me. And every time I lose to you, I have already won.
I founded it to know who got close to you, to control who got the chance to hurt you. Because I have been in love with you since I was 13. Stay beside me, Oshima. Not as my rival, as mine.
I can't.
Oh.
Not yet. Not like this. If I say yes right now, I will always be the second-place boy who said yes to the top of the class. I want to say yes as your equal. beat me on the spring midterms, and I will still say yes. But if I beat you, then I say yes as the boy who beat you.
You are impossible.
Promise me you will not lose on purpose.
I have never lost to you on purpose. 3 weeks later, the spring rankings were posted. Same as always. First place, Tategami Aki. Second place, Oshima Hiroshi.
You lost.
I lost.
Are you upset?
Strangely, no. Because every time you study harder than me, it's because you are thinking about me.
You really are impossible.
And that is how my rival became the person walking beside me to this day.